Trap Up in the TNN Trap News Network. We back the same. Like, good cracking the same. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. More of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure you are, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in. When you tapping in with that tap in, man, like, comment, subscribe. Everything we got going on, man. Hit that notification bell. Hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. What we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. And I need y'all to make sure that y'all tap in with that tap in when you tapping in with that tap in. Because if you don't tap in with that tap in, what are you really doing, big dog? So all tap ins would be appreciated. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, to make sure you hit that good subscribe button. You feel me? Notification bell. Hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Won't forget fairy tales. All that's out now. Get into that new music. If you ain't got into that new music, it's a lot of new music. Just go ahead and tap into it. I will be giving y'all a new project this summer. I ain't quite sure what I'm going to call it yet, man. I ain't sure what it's going to call yet, but it's going to be some real bangers on that mother. Check it. Don't you worry about it. We finna slide into this Kantiana. Munchie B, Adam 22, this junkie J-Cat loser who can't quite get his life together. You know what I'm saying? We finna go ahead and get into this content. Let's go.
No. Basically, like, he was saying that he on purpose had you on 1 week and then Spider Look the next week. So
talking about T-Rail having him on Community.
Could kind of try to stir up some drama.
No. When he called me, Smack called me and said, like, yeah, because Spider, I'm like, you know, so we gonna have you come first. I'm like, nah, Spider could come first. You know what I'm saying? No.
Oh,
like,
so you knew that was gonna happen?
Yes. Smack like, no, you the homie. No, you go first. Well, right? Because I don't care either way. You know
Donnie, I just sent you the paperwork for T-Rail's lawsuit.
This nigga lawsuit.
Well, not lawsuit.
He sued you?
The domestic violence shit.
Oh, that's a lawsuit.
No, it's not a lawsuit.
Okay, case summary.
You ain't know nothing about crime, nigga.
Yo, I'm gonna put this into ChatGPT and get a summary. Right?
Yeah.
I know. Send it to me. I mean, it got to be content. It's public record, right? So
this is public record, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it off like I did. What's called this shit?
Listen, summarize this for me, and then I put the link. I don't know if it's gonna really do it. But
oh, so it does look like. So this right here is this is not a criminal case right here. What we're looking at.
Oh, okay.
It says Denise Perry versus Terrell Meeks.
Denise Perry filed a small claim lawsuit against Terrell Meeks. This case was filed in Los Angeles County Superior Courts.
No, my nigga,
not that long ago, the 25th of January 2019, only 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Man, blessings to your family, bro. Like, man.
As we have online, they send me more.
Speaking of which,
that's crazy.
I wonder, it's like, it was really, like I said earlier, I do actually give props to WACK for acknowledging the truth about Brick Baby, right? But he also made a $10,000 bet with a meme page.
That's what I was saying. We Starving needs to get paid, man.
We Starving gonna get his increments from Big WACK?
Hell no.
Bro,
no, he not. And he don't get no credit for that because you shouldn't have called him a snitch in the first place. Off of assumption. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying WACK shouldn't.
You got to gather all your facts first. You just can't say somebody a snitch just off what you thought. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, like, there's so many documents.
You don't get no credentials off that shit.
Look how many documents there are for this shit. Like, I'm not going to go through all these court documents. I'm not going to download anything. But this is, if you
There was definitely an arrest.
So he was arrested. Yeah, I mean, and then...
But it's nothing criminal. It's just civil, right?
I just want to know how they got past this, because then she was like backstage with the No Jumper live show feeding everybody cupcakes. She made Hoover cupcakes.
Her son. That's her son.
I know about her.
Keep in mind that I've met T-Rail's mother when I was at Back on Fig, and they had a pretty great relationship. I'm not going to sit here and say they had anything outside of a beautiful mother and son relationship, because that's all I was able to witness. So I'm not really sure about any of this larceny.
How do you get to that point?
So you forgive your son?
Like, what did he do that was so bad that she would file a small claim against him, but then they're back cool a couple years later and she's making Hoover cupcakes for everybody backstage at the show?
Because it's her son, she forgave him. It's family, bro.
I feel like...
Shout out to Munchie B for keeping it solid through this topic. Adam, come on, bro. You pulling a flu flail.
She should have just stood on business.
They sound real
That is dysfunctional, brother.
Dysfunctional because Big Deal shouldn't have came up here.
Yeah, they got some...
Big Deal should never came here and sat down with Adam.
But if Big Deal is so tight with his mom, like, does he not care about T-Rail whooping on her?
We don't know. That's family shit. He might have whooped on him behind the scenes, behind his mama. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. Big Deal should have never came up there going Adam. That should have never happened. That's real.
But Big Deal shouldn't have came up here and sat down with you, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you think that was fucked up?
No,
Hell
not
yeah.
you.
He hates T-Rail.
No, not you. Wasn't you? Did the devil's advocate thing? You know what I'm saying?
Big deal
But-
wrong
but-
for that.
but-
Some good shit right there.
Him, he shouldn't have did. Me as a
I
brother,
always said big deal wrong for that. I would never sit down and talk about my brothers to nobody.
I wouldn't have did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would have got at him a different way. I wouldn't have went to Adam 22, the rival, back on Fig, and then, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have did it, but
Realistically, I was probably a lot more interested in getting him.
And then you see that Big Deal ain't had nothing from Adam since. Big Deal, when the last time Adam sent you some chili? When the last time Adam did anything for you? When the last time Adam looked out for you? You went across your brother for nothing. Years later, ain't nothing going on with you and Adam
the
22.
podcast than anybody else at that time. So it's like, realistically, I probably because I gave him
you had a motive.
I gave him a nice little bag to come on the show. It wasn't anything super crazy.
No hefty Hoover bag.
Gave him a little bag, a little groove bag.
A groovy bag.
Yeah, it was a groovy bag.
It was
a
nifty.
groovy bag.
He had a nifty bag on Hoover.
We kept it nifty.
Yeah.
But realistically, like, probably I was the sole. I gave him that money just to be like, yo, bro, I respect you and I appreciate your contribution to the podcast, because keep in mind, this was right after his own brother was basically yelling in his face, telling him that he was fucking worthless.
Well, yeah,
No. They both said hurtful things
Nah, that's not what happened. That's right, Munchie B. Munchie B keeping it solid right now.
back to each
But
other.
I fucked up because I tried to get Big Deal on the news, and then he's looking at the amount of money that he's supposed to give for the news like a massive downgrade compared to what I paid him for the one-on-one interview. The news, everybody knows YouTube live streaming not exactly the most profitable fucking thing on earth.
Right.
So, you know, if you're going to come on the news, it's not exactly the craziest payday. From my perspective, it's like, it'll be a good look for Big Deal to be able to pop in, do his thing for an hour or two, and then, you know, that is what it is. But from his perspective, it's like, well, damn, I got way more than that when I did the interview. The interview, though, is like, that's your story. Like, you only get to tell your story once, or for the first time, like,
Right.
once. You know?
Right.
So.
But let's not act like this was purely a transactional thing for Big Deal. He wanted to come on too. It wasn't just about the money. You know what I'm saying?
It was
Because
it was 60,
It was a lot to do with the money. It was probably 65 money, 35%, whatever.
40.
because not big check game though, because he came back. You feel me?
We did the one with Break, too.
He hopped in the cipher video
Oh, yeah,
and all.
yeah, good point.
He was like
Oh,
around.
you rapping or just
No, he actually allowed
Yeah.
himself to be used as a prop, dissing T-Rail, because this fool said, Adam's on your own brother think you a bitch, and that's a big deal.
And I'm standing right there,
when
and I
he's-
walk to the side, and you see
Yeah,
him.
the camera pans, and right when he says big deal, you see him pop up.
Honestly,
right
it was
there.
beautiful.
No, Big Deal knew what he was doing. He wasn't
Hell yeah,
like
he
he
knew what he
wasn't
was
used
doing.
or nothing. He knew what he knew exactly what
No,
he was
no.
doing.
He knew exactly what he was. That's the
Yeah.
point. He
Yeah.
wanted to. You feel me? And was fucking with No Jumper, and it wasn't just. I think it's more what you said. Like he felt like his brother was doing.
And
him
who all
fine.
was on that
You feel
song?
me?
It was you, Brig, Lush, and then
FLAKKO and Almighty.
FLAKKO and Almighty.
Yeah.
Okay. FLAKKO a rapper now.
Well, that was the only thing he spit.
He kind of went crazy, to be honest. He was,
His voice was different and shit.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because then he did the What Would Vaughn Do song with us, too.
yeah.
So those are the two verses he spit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Where are you at with rapping?
Who, me?
Yeah, if we
All right, man, we up out here to the next one. Y'all know the deal. Red dot to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free Avenue Angel Tour. He's free. We